Let's see what we're going to create tonight. Let me get in here on my phone. If I start to buffer, I'm sorry. We're having a rainstorm here. Okay, let's see what we have. I thought tonight would be cute to kind of play with some musical notes. I mean, who doesn't love music? Hey, John, how are you? Did you have a good week? Or are you having a good week? I've been having a sleepy week. I've been tired. My dog, she's scared of thunderstorms, so I'm kind of listening. We've been having some rain today. I think she has post-traumatic stress disorder when it comes to rain, to thunder. She's scared to death of it in firecrackers for some reason. It's funny, out of all the dogs I ever had, she's the only one I noticed that's ever had that. It's crazy. She thinks she's a puppy, and all 60 pounds of her squishes me when she gets upset. So far, my night's been doing pretty good, except I've been sleepy because I think I'm coming down with a sinus infection. My nose has been driving me nuts. Okay, I think I got enough. Maybe. We'll see. All good there. Well, that's good to hear. I cleaned my paintbrushes. I love these paintbrushes. They're so awesome. But look how yucky my water is. Ew, I'm going to have to change that before I start today. So let me see. I think I have blue here somewhere. Eugene. I think. Yeah, here's Chip Sapphire. Oh, it's been one of those weeks. It's been really cool though, because I've been meeting a lot of different crafters through this one Facebook group I'm in. They've been pretty cool. Can never know too many crafters, my eyes. I like looking at people's different styles of crafting too. Pretty cool. Guess I could have torn some of these pages a little smaller, but oh well. Do you have a hobby, John? Do you like collecting anything? I used to collect rocks when I was a kid. Every time we'd go on vacation and we would end up at a place where there's a stream, I used to collect rocks from the stream because they were so smooth. Hey, Sandy. There's my sassy Sandy. Not much. Roni's scared because we had a storm. Fishing and listening to music, well, that's good. I like listening to music too. I haven't been fishing in a while, John. We used to go fishing all the time as kids. But you know, I never learned to bait a worm. I couldn't do it. When I would go fishing, I would literally take Cocoa Puff cereal and I would use Cocoa Puffs. Believe it, it caught rainbow trout and stuff. Of course, I always let my fish go, though. I never learned to like gut or, do that kind of stuff. My brother was great with cooking on the grill. He cooks great fish on the grill. I'm inking up my fingers. I like the color blue, but I don't want my fingers to be blue. It's been a while since I've been fishing. I used to spend a lot of time outdoors when I was younger. I was one of those kids that would go out from sun up to sundown, because we had to be back before dark. I'm almost out of alcohol. I remember I was supposed to pick up rubbing alcohol when I was out shopping last night. I forgot. Well, we're actually working on musical pages today. So that's pretty cool. You like music, and I got musical notes, John. Oh my goodness, Sandy, that's terrible. I can't handle heat. I like the cold. It was pretty decent here today. Weather-wise, it's like 69 right now. I think it was like in the 70s earlier, but it was not very hot today. I had Roni outside a couple times. My little puppy. Okay. So we get some musical notes that we're going to add. I'm actually liking these Sugar Bell bottles. They're pretty cool. And shoot, I left my napkin upstairs I was going to use today too. Oh well. I guess another time. Yeah, we've been needing rain too. I can't believe the brown spots that were actually in the yard. I was like, ew. So, for newbies that don't know this, if you're looking for a fine tip for a crafting bottle, believe it or not, this is an icing bottle. And it's called Sweet Sugar Belle. And you can get these through Amazon. And it comes, you have to buy the tips, these tips separate. They come separate. So far, I have played with Aleena's glue in this and Elmer's, but I have yet to try Fabri-Tac in these. But anyways, this bottle's nice because most of the time, like I bought some from the Dollar Tree and I tried to, put glue into another bottle, and I don't know what it is about the Dollar Tree bottles, but something to do with the metal tip on these, but the other ones glued themselves together and I can't get them apart. But these ones here are pretty good. Hey, Whipples. Hey, Ohana. If you're in Blue, you should be able to right click and go to a person's channel and check them out. If not in Blue, when some people come in, I try to give people the chance to be Blue, but if not, then sometimes moderators can post links if they want to. Tiffany's really good at that. She posts links when she comes in. But anyways, I'm liking this because the plastic on this is easy to squeeze. So if you have arthritis or issues, these are great bottles to replace your put glue in. I like them so far. And believe it or not, it hasn't dried out. Now sometimes I'll have to take a safety pin and stick it down through the hole because sometimes, it gets a little clogged. But other than that, that's pretty decent. And I watched Laurel had a friend of Scotty's that I met through Michelle Scott. She said that if you take this part of it's what you fill, because it opens in two places. Of course, you fill here. Take and put chapstick or Vaseline or something and rub it around, and you should be able to keep these from sticking. So those are kind of a couple cool tips, which makes it nice. See, here's the second opening. And that's where the metal thing is, but I don't usually mess with this part of it. I only open the big part to put my glue in. But so far, I'm liking it. I have Aleena's upstairs in it because I like Aleena's tacky glue. I have this in one upstairs, and then I have Elmer's in this one. And then, of course, Fabri-Tac. This is what I call the volcanic glue because this doesn't have water base in it. This is acetone. This is great for fabrics, and it also will not bubble because it's acetone. There's no water in it. But you have to watch because it's like a volcano. Sometimes if you leave the tip off, it'll go all over the bottle. It's Fabri-Tac something else. Definitely a different type of glue. Gives me a headache sometimes too, and I think it's because of the acetone in it when I use it. But it's a good glue for no bubbles, because sometimes you know how when you put glue on paper you get bubbles. Acetone, you don't have that issue. It's smells like fingernail polish remover, because that's what it is, basically. But I do get a headache when I use it, especially if I'm gluing close to my face, if you're doing something, tiny and up close. So I don't use it too much with paper. I kind of stick with that with fabric. Sometimes I use it with the paper. It depends on what I'm working on. But Tonight, I'm just distressing some musical notes. We're going to turn this into a little bit of a musical page. I'm winging it like I always do. I never know what I'm going to add to a page. Heck, I don't even know what I have besides musical notes on paper. I don't know if I have any stamps down here with music on it or not. I have to look. Okay, let's see what we have. And if you ever want to know anything I'm using, just ask. I will tell you. It's amazing how many crafty, talented people's out there, though. I watched a bunch of videos last night of crafters. It was very interesting. Just to see what people are into nowadays. But who doesn't love music? Oh, music is awesome. It's been around for a very long time. Listening to people working in the fields, singing, even in prison, the chain gang songs. It's really incredible. Some of the, even without music accompaniment, some of the songs that people have sang through the years. Pretty interesting. Put this here. And this over here. I didn't distress that piece, but it's okay. Just using up these pieces. Randomly. Alrighty then. Okay, let me pick these up. Some extra pieces over here. Okay. I guess I should get in focus over here, huh? I keep going off screen and I don't mean to. Here. Pull this back a little bit because I have a bad habit of doing that. Okay, so what are we going to do next? Let me see here. I'm going to try something different with this. This is kind of that word stencil. I think this is so cool. Okay. Let's do this. I love the stencil. I think the stencil's so cool. It's like in cursive. I like the randomness of this. I do have an acrylic paint, but I'm just using a regular marker for this. Because what's music without lyrics? For some songs. Even though I do like listening to classical too. I think classical music is very relaxing. I took music appreciation when I was in college, and it was a very interesting class. We had to name the main instruments that were playing in pieces of music. And I learned a lot of new instruments like the harpsichord, and it was pretty interesting. Always good to appreciate the arts for sure. All right, John. Thank you for stopping in. I know sometimes I come on here and it's people's bedtime. I feel bad because I know I miss a lot of time zones coming on this late in the States. There's a couple crafters that come on in the afternoon and they're so cute. I think Janet Nash is adorable. She's so funny. I love watching her. She's so whimsical. She's a cute crafter. You have a good one, John. You take care. I don't know what it is about YouTube not holding on to subscribers here lately. I don't know what's going on. When I first started, it was easier to grow your channel. I don't know. They've gotten to where they make it unbearable to try to grow a channel right now. I feel sorry for new people coming to the platform. The gain and drop in numbers is ridiculous. I can't wait to see what stencils we get, Sandy. Ranger tricked us. Usually when you sign up for their newsletter through your email, they inform you when they have a mystery box come out, and they tricked us because I didn't get the notification. Tina didn't get it. Sandy didn't get it. And it was on their Facebook where they had a mystery box for stencils. I can't wait to see what we end up getting. Thank goodness Tina found it. I know. If Tina wouldn't have found it, I wouldn't even have never known it was there. And I definitely would not want to miss out on stencils. Hey, CDC, are you being good? I think CDC is naughty, Sandy. I think he is a naughty character, and he hides it. So anyways, if you go to Ranger Inc. on Facebook and scroll down some, you'll see where they're doing a mystery box of stencils. And it's 70% off. It was like regularly priced $60-some for $19.99. So I think it'd be worth it. You know? I just hope they're good stencils and they're not throwbacks, you know? Because sometimes I think they do mystery boxes to get rid of certain inventory. I've been addicted to Heartland on Netflix. It is so good. I'm on season 8 already. My characters, it's out of Canada, and boy, is it a good show. All about horses, of course. But I just got done watching Amy and Ty's wedding last night, and it was like, oh my God, it was so good. And I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Of course, my husband's looking at me like I'm crazy. But it was cute. She rode on a horse up to do her vows. And it's like, Dan, that's my dream wedding, dude. I would love to have a horseback wedding. It'd be awesome. I never thought about actually riding up to the altar on a horse. I always thought about at the end riding away, but then it'd be cool just to do your vows on horseback. That'd be even cooler. Hey, Vin. There's that naughty Vin. All you males are naughty, Vin. I like picking on Vinny. Hey, Amanda calls me naughty, and I call her naughty Amanda. She calls me naughty Tammy. So It's so funny because every time I see your name, it reminds me of Vinnie Barbarino. Welcome back, Cotter. You know, it's funny. They actually replayed all the old Welcome Back Cotter on to buy. It's a free app where you can watch shows. And oh my gosh, it was so funny rewatching Arnold Horshack. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Him and his raising his hands. He was funny. It was ridiculously crazy rewatching Welcome Back Cotter. And John Travolta was hysterical as Vinnie Barbarino. Going back in time. Blast from the past. I found a TV guide. My daughter found it in her house when they were cleaning and she gave it to me. And oh my goodness, all my Saturday cartoons was in that TV guide, my lineup. I love this TV guide. So I put down musical notes and I took a marker. Check that out. That is one hell of a cool page. I'll decoupage over top of it, but that is so flipping cool. I freaking love it. Look at that. Lyrics over notes. That is so cool. I love it. I love it. Okay. Yep. Yes, I did, Vin, and I turned it into a playlist. It's my World War II letters. I know. I like that, Sandy. Isn't that cool? This is like probably one of my favorite stencils. I love it. Let's see here. I'm tired. I'm always tired. I haven't been taking my vitamin D, and I've been feeling it. Let's see here. My phone. Beep, beep. Yes, Vin, you'll have to go watch my playlist. And it ended with the picture of him at 2, Vin. I got a negative that came out of one of the letters, and I took it to one of our local photography companies. And yes, I got a picture, 2 pictures of him, and I showed it in a video, a live. The only one I didn't have was of her, though. But I did go back to the person that, I got him off of, the storage locker person, and he said the video was so long ago, he can't remember if there was photo albums actually in the locker with the letters, because I tried to track it down, because sometimes locker people sell to eBay resellers. So I tried to find it, but I'm not having no luck. And I did try to search their names, but I'm not having no luck there either. I'd like to know more history. I wish I could have seen, found information like, did they have grandkids? Did they stay married when he got out of the military? I would love to know something about this family. But I can't find nothing on them. And they were out of California. I've looked up every address that was in the letters. And I think I had a group photo too of one of his buddies in the military that I showed. It was him and his friends, where he sent one to him, a picture to him when he was writing him. But it was pretty good. And then there was a baby, I think, from back home that Elsie sent to William, but I don't know who the baby belonged to. It was a little cute black and white picture of a little baby. But they were Letters I wished never ended because they were really good. I have never found letters quite like that set, but I do have another set coming up for December, maybe, depending. It's not going to be the whole, as many letters I had of Elsie and William, but it's of a son who wrote home to his mother, and I have a picture of him too. If I can get a hold of any military letter sets, they will be saved for the month of December. I think it's just really special around Christmas time. Hey, bud. What's for dinner? Oh, I don't know. I made pasta salad and Italian sausages in the crock pot a couple days ago, so it's leftovers. Or pizza, frozen pizza tonight. I don't know. I'm not cooking a big meal today. But I love my pasta salad. I made it a pasta salad with cucumbers and the springy stuff. Rotatini or whatever you want to call it. Rotini. And tomatoes, shredded Mexican cheese that I like for tacos. We get them in big bags here in one of our stores, and I freaking love Mexican cheese. It's so good. What else? All right, Whipples. Or I'm eating a Jimmy Dean's or a Devour, one or the other. I like frozen foods too. I don't mind cooking when I'm not tired. I love to cook. I'll tell you one thing. This Whatnot seller sold blackberry butter, like apple butter, but blackberries. Oh, stuff is the bomb. It is so good. I can't wait for fall to come because I'm hoping they'll make some pumpkin butter. I have yet to try pumpkin butter. I've tried apple butter. Didn't even know blackberry butter existed. But it is delicious. And I would like to get some, I think, for Christmas presents. I'm thinking about adding some for family. They're called Franklin Hill Farms. And they sell on Whatnot under Franklin Hill Ventures. And if you go and look at their store, because you can have like a regular store set up, it doesn't have to be bought by auction. They have a buy it now section. They have the jar. Shipping is a little high, but they only charge $6 per jar. But I think it came to like $18 with shipping. Because shipping is ridiculous. But it's so worth it. Everything's homemade and canned, and it's delicious. So I told my husband, I said, I want to get some for people for Christmas. And he said, that would actually be a good idea to add to their Christmas present. Oh, I can imagine, Sandy. I can only imagine. I only go outside when I have to, right when it's hot like that. We don't really have your kind of heat, though. Very, very seldom. I'm not saying it never gets that hot here, because sometimes it has. But I don't stay outside very long. I go out to take my dog out to go to the bathroom, and that's about it. Me and her walk around the yard. Sometimes if it's a cool night, I'll sit out in a chair in the back because she likes nibbing. She likes nibbing to see what the neighbors are doing. And plus, we have a Mr. and Mrs. Bunnies, what I call them, that come and visit us. And we have a little baby bunny now running around outside. And my dog licks her lips every time she sees him. I said, don't even think about it, Roni. I said, you be nice to Mr. Bunny. I don't know what she would do if she got up close. She'd probably try to eat him. But I tried to teach her the nice animals from the not so nice. But I wish that I had a camera the night that buck came out of the woods. That was the most funniest thing ever. You should have seen her face. My husband had her outside, and he said she saw an animal bigger than her with horns, and she took a few steps backwards. It was so funny. I said, I can only imagine her face. I like to see what she would do around a horse. Years ago, when I had a horse, I had a dog who was a beagle, and oh my gosh, he was so naughty to my horse. He would go under the fence line and bark at my horse, and my horse would paw at him. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. Them two were characters. And then one time I gave my dog a horsey back ride. I had him on my lap, and you should have seen my horse trying to reach around to bite him. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. They picked on each other, but they loved each other. It was the cutest watching them two when they got along, but they just teased each other. It was just comical. It was so comical. Those were the days. My horse was like a big puppy. He used to lay down on the ground and plop his big old head at my lap. He was a cutie patootie. One and only horse I ever had. He would hear you coming outside, or he would hear the school bus kids getting off the bus, and he would just whinny. He would whinny up a storm. He loved people. He used to follow my dad around. He was so cute. One of these days, I'm going to have to show you the pictures of the horse I used to have. His name was Deacon. Dekean. I named him after a Sylvester Stallone character. Oh, how cool that looks on gray, too. He played Deacon in some movie, and I just thought it was different. I always liked racehorse names for horses because they were different, you know. They had to name them different names to register them. And I always thought that was so cool. Look how pretty that is on both them pages, Sandy. I like that. That is so cool. Yeah, this is a very good stencil. I can't remember whose sale I got this on, but I liked it. Let me wash this off a little bit. Hold on. Move this aside. Because it's dirty. I can't remember what company made this stencil either. I don't remember. I know it's a name brand one, though. It wasn't cheap. I do remember that much. Some of these stencils can get very pricey. I'm going to wipe this down though, because it needs it. Try to keep it as clean as I can. And I mean, I tried to wash some later to test them, but it's better if you clean them when you use them while you're using them, because I couldn't get near off of it what I did later. See, these stencils I waited till later and they never come clean. So I'm just going to have to, because I was trying to figure out how to shorten time, but I'm not doing that no more. Because I know sometimes YouTube's all about shortening your videos as much as possible. And, you know, people don't want to see you clean your stuff. But, you know, I'm trying to make my stencils last. So I'm just going to wipe them down as I use them. Because I cannot get that off. I mean, stencils are going to get dirty eventually anyways, but you know what I mean. I try to make them as last as long as I can. Because see, this never came off. You don't want to scrub too hard, because on these things right here break. So I'd have to soak these probably in bleach or something maybe. But it ain't coming off. Because it dried on. It's not budging. But it happens. At least my stencils look used. They're not going to stay new forever. But if you use stencils, get yourself some rubbing alcohol and stick it in a spray bottle. That's what I use. I got that spray bottle from the Dollar Tree. But they're better to order these off of Amazon, because when you get them from the Dollar Tree, you get one spray bottle and the rest are pour, which I don't need the pour bottles. I like the spray bottles better. So I started buying them from Amazon. These are my fun brushes. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far, which is very cool. And excuse me, I'm going to take a couple of these. I'm going to decoupage here this in a second. These ones here I didn't right over top. I'm going to glue a couple on top, just so you can see the musical notes. Better. And I'm going to get my handy dandy paintbrush. which I keep a separate jar filled with nothing but rubbing alcohol. This is good for your glue brushes because to me, I think it keeps them cleaner than water. So, paper towels. And this was a tip from Tina, made me do it with the alcohol, the rubbing alcohol, because it's nice. It keeps your brushes cleaner and all that happy crap. So all I'm doing is separating the bristles a little bit. And this is just a regular paintbrush. You don't got to go all extravagant to buy a glue brush. And then what I like to do is, of course, use my clear Elmer's. And just decoupage over top, and it's going to smear it, and that's okay. I don't mind having a smeared look. I think it's because of the alcohol on the brush. This is going to give it even a more cool of a design look. See how it's smearing? This is cool, but it's going to be cool looking. Because as a crafter, I like being messy. Come on. Get back up there. So it's going to make it look like somebody cried over the notes. I love experiment with this kind of stuff. One of these days, we're going to have to play with alcohol inks too. I have a bunch. I just haven't messed with them yet. Let's see here. This is so cool. It looks like music in the rain. And then if you have any ends sticking up, you can kind of like run your brush under it with glue to make sure the paper stays down. That is so awesome. I hate when I get to this point though, because I don't want to put anything over top of it, but look how cool that looks. It's got a smudge look. I like it. I like the smudge look. I think it makes it look just, I don't know, antique-ish, whatever you want to call it. But it gives it a cool, very cool look. Okay. Now, when you use these makeup wedges, all you got to do is, if you don't take the time to clean them, you just tear off the crunchy part. And there you go. You got it back again. So that can go in the garbage. And then, what color? How about... let's play with Satin Patina, which is almost like a, I don't know, a blue-green-gray. If that makes any sense. I don't know. So we're going to set this here. And a little bit of this can go a long way. So we're going to take, kind of smudge it out. Even though this isn't dry, that's okay. Just going to dab it. Interesting color. It's almost like a mint green. Because one thing about mixed media, you can layer as much as you want, how you want it. And you could go thin, thick. And that's what's cool about mixed media. That's cool looking. So we'll set this aside. Just to give it some extra color. See, it's got the patina mixed with the gray and the blue. So pretty. Let's set that aside for a sec. Use up a little more. And then this should wipe right up. I love this mat because it's just wonderful. Keeps my desk clean. And this wipes up really well. Okay. Now we'll put this back. Hey, LT. Thank you, Whipples. I actually love this kind of art. Are you having a good week, LT? And then if we want to add more of a color, we can do it again. This time I'm going to go crazy. What's this? Ooh. That's interesting. I haven't used this color yet. Huh. What's this? Wow, that's really liquid. Ooh, I don't know about that. Yeah, we're not going to use this one because that's too liquidy. So let's go with something brighter. We're going to use the satin orange. Orange, I want to put some color into this. So this is going to be interesting. Interesting to say the least. We're going to balance this out some though, because I don't want it to get too dark. It's so cool looking. I feel like Tigger. Boing, 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 boing. cool. We needed color. That is cool looking too. Me and my Tigger colors. For sure. Gonna clean my fingers off. I have ink all over me. Doity fingers. Doity fingers. Thank you. Isn't that cute? It's got the patina and then some orange mixed in. Definitely different. So we're going to let some of this dry. I'll give it a start. And then, oh, I'm not very neat. Look, I got purple fingers. I just try to keep it a little neat so that my stencils don't look so bad. But because I wanted the notes to show up a little more, because we went over it with so much stuff, I have this is an acrylic art. It's a pen I got from it's got paint in it. I got this off of Amazon. Come on. I'm going to use this to kind of darken up a few of the musical notes. Just because I covered. These are cool for outlining. and just bringing forth, back some of the notes so that they're still part of it, because I wanted it to be musically inclined. A little cliff note here. Just a few here and there. So there's a few musical notes. And then over here, we'll do one right here. And here. There. So you can see the notes. Is that thunder? Always was. But there. So it brought it back out a little bit. I'm actually a messy crafter. You just don't see it over here. LT, I'm always making a mess. Take care, LT. Yeah, that turned out pretty good. Look at my where I drag my hand across the paper. I'm messy. I just hide it. Sandy will tell you how messy I am. I'm always making a mess. In some form or another. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. And should I put a butterfly on the page? Or just leave it music? What do you think? What you think, Sandy? Should I put butterflies on here? I love butterflies. I never get sick of butterflies. Or I could just do like maybe one in each corner. Wish I had something. I don't have anything down here with music on it. I like that. Just put one on each corner of the page. So we'll do that. And then this. Like right there. There. And just leave the rest as music. Okay. We read here. The only time I get a hand cramp is when I'm crocheting. Like the first set of stitches. Thank you, LT. I will get a cramp in the center of my hand, but then once I get going, I'm okay. But I have osteoarthritis, so. Well, that's sad. Oops, Sandy, sorry. I didn't leave it as music. I missed it. Is there any kind of craft that you can do, Lori, that doesn't hurt your hands? I actually started some glue books upstairs that I want to play with in the future too. I do it in front of the TV. You can do so many things. I have favorite actors and actresses and favorite musicians and things like that. So I have a few albums like this that I started different things in, different projects in. They had a set on Amazon of different colors. Let me see if I can get the link up. And I don't know if it'll post because sometimes Amazon links are too big. Of course, it had to cut it off. Let me try it this way. Because you know Amazon. See if that link will work. It should take you to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different color composition notebooks. You can get a 5-pack, a 12-pack, or 48-pack, and they have college ruled or wide ruled. I get the college ruled. But anyways, I bought these and they came in the mail today, and I'm using each color for something different. I like cutting up magazines. I love playing with magazines. So I thought it'd be cool just to do a glue book because when I was a kid, I had, one of the old type photo albums, with the sticky pages, which I regret doing it in that. But I took the outsiders and cut out pictures of the characters and Nothing Gold Can Stay and, the poem and stuff. And I used to take and just put them in that particular type of photo album, which I can't get it back off the page now because, of course, they were sticky as all get out for magazines, but your pictures would never stay in them, which I found strange. But I have an old one that I started a long time ago, like a scrapbook, and it's got like a rat and all the different rock bands I used to listen to, and I started a scrapbook in one of those. So I decided to do it for our time, notepads, like these ones, like the composition books. And I got one for my favorite advertisements that I feel that are very beautiful, beautifully done or cutely done. I have one for my favorite actresses and actors. Some men are mixed in with the females because they might have been in the same movie or whatever. Then I have another one for musicians. And I don't know, it's something I do in front of the TV when I'm not playing with my Big Shot. And they're cute, but I started a while ago, and then today I got different colored ones in. And I think I'm going to turn the yellow one into a crafty because I have like needlepoint books and stuff. I'm going to take out some of my favorite pictures and glue them in. And I'll share them eventually. I didn't want to do them while I'm live because I've been working so long on this one, but I like playing with stuff like that. And it's kind of like a treasure of the times. And one of these ladies, I'll have to find them. I have these books that I had collected when my bookstore was open. Some guy called me to come and pick up this stuff, and somebody took wallpaper and they took magazines and stapled stuff in it. Like they must have had a lot of time on their hands and they wanted to, keep what was going on in that era. And a lot of it's from the 1970s. It was magazine pages they cut, and it was like, say there was like a crafting project and it was like needlepoint or whatever. They showed a picture of it, and then the next 3 pages was how to make it, and they stapled it in these particular books. I got a bunch of them, and I sold one at a live sale for like $2.50 because some lady wanted one. But I mean, I don't know how you charge for something like that. You know what I mean? So I didn't pay for it, but there was a lot of magazines wrapped up in one. And there was a lot of craft projects, and it's really cool what she did, whoever took the time to do it. And it's the same lady because her handwriting was in the beginning. Like she would decorate the first page and then she would put what years. And these are really cool books, but I've never showed them yet. I started to show one, but I got to find them. But she cut holes and put the silver rings in them, to bind them. And they're really cool, and I have a whole bunch of them. So I'm going to have to show them a couple times on here. But if people were interested in them, I was selling them for people that wanted them. But I have a whole bunch of them somewhere. But you could tell she really put a lot of time into them. But I like glue books. I think glue books are fun to play in. So Take care, Whipples. You both have a great week too. And thanks for stopping in. But I don't know. It's really interesting, to see what people come up with. Like this was my glue book I haven't finished yet. This is just junk mail and stuff that I have found and put together. And just made different pages with it and had fun with it. I'm yet to finish this book too. But this was something different, something fun. I like glue books. You just never know what you're going to play with, even in your junk mail. But I have a business box with a lid on it. And when junk mail comes in and I see something that has potential, I'll cut it up and throw it in there and pick from it. I just pluck away. But I'll have to find them because I can't remember where I put them. I have scooched my stuff around so much, but there are a bunch of them. I just don't know where I put them. My bookstore and stuff down here is a mess right now. One of these days, I get my act together, LT. I'll pull them back out. But they are cool. Like I have one that's pulled apart upstairs, but it just goes to show though that some of the paper doesn't stand the test of time. Like what they glued it on look like scrapbook paper, which is real soft. Like that's why you don't see a lot of crafters use my God, I can't think of the type of paper now. It just went right out of my head. When you see people do junk journaling, mainly it's cardstock and paper. Because the type of paper they had in scrapbook that was real soft, it rips too easy. So when she did the magazine, she glued it to that paper. And it didn't stand the test of time. Like it cracks real easy, but the magazine pages are in good shape. It's just scrapbooking paper wasn't. It was too soft. And I'm not talking like, your scrapbooks nowadays. Like the cardstock and stuff nowadays. I'm not talking like that kind of paper. Oh my goodness. Construction paper. Thank you, Cena. I was just trying to think of the name of it. Yes. Construction paper does not hold up. And I think scrapbooks a long time ago were made with construction type paper. And that's why you see a lot of people, selling photos and things out of the old scrapbooking type. And you see where the paper's glued and stuck to the back of the pictures and it won't come off. It's all that construction paper that fell apart. Because there's a lot of the old scrapbooking paper that comes forward that's the pages are ripped and they're pretty mangled. People like the covers to reconstruct them. But yeah, construction paper is something that I never see crafters use in the junk journal community. Because, I think construction paper might be okay maybe to use as a layering if you're making something small. But I've never used construction paper in my journals because I was always afraid that it would crumble. Even as a snippet, I don't think it would hold up. Because like I said, she took and whoever this woman was, she glued a lot of it to the construction paper. And that's what didn't hold up through time. And you could also tell where she uses it looks like almost like double sticky tape. A lot of people don't like the double-sided sticky tape because after a while your pictures will come right off your page. And I've noticed the people who have, some people it was gifted. I put glue over top of mine. That's just me though. I do it to stickers too though, because I feel like sometimes when you get stickers or you get washi tape, if it sits around for a period of time, I can't believe I listened to a crafter one time say that her washi tape quit sticking and she threw it away. And I'm like, dude, no, use glue. Why would you throw away perfectly good washi tape just because it doesn't stick anymore? I don't know. But some people don't think, of the little things, I guess. But I use glue over all that kind of stuff just to double enforce it. Because I've had washi tape do that too. It'll come right back up because it won't stick. But that's what you got glue for. But sometimes we overlook the obvious. I've done it too. I'm guilty. I mean, it's not to put the other crafter down. It's just, I've done it too. I'll see a crafter do something. I'll be like, why didn't I think of that? That's so easy to think of. Why didn't I think of that? I do that all the time. Like certain mistakes I made that I could have fixed. And they got some cool stuff out now. Like, they have those little erasers that erases your glue mistakes. Undo is like my favorite product ever. And that came with me owning a used bookstore. I cannot stand it when they slap a sticker across the front of a book. I can't tell you how many times I would get a perfectly good book in and they would have a Kmart sticker slapped across. I mean, I'm talking a huge squared sticker slapped across the front of the book. And here I am trying to dig it off. Undo is awesome because you can run it all over your stuff and scoop them stickers right off. Even if you are a crafter and you make a mistake and you want to move, like, say, a stamp or something, Undo doesn't leave any residue. It's the replacement for Gooby Gone or whatever it's called. I guess Gooby Gone used to leave stains or something. Undo doesn't. I love that stuff. And you can get, I think on the website itself, it's buy one, get one free. I don't know where my Undo is. See, I clean and then I can't find stuff. I probably could use another bottle of it. But I tell people all the time because I think it was on Whatnot. Somebody had black and white pictures, and up in the corner, where they used to slide them in the slits, it got stuck. And when they pulled the pictures out of the photo album, like I said, the construction paper type of photo albums, you'll see a black lines in the corner. Well, Undo should scoop that right off. Those black and white photos, and it shouldn't stain it. I'm yet to clean a set because I have a set I bought off of. They sold it as a crafter's lot. Sometimes they sell it as a crafter's lot if it's got defects. Like you'll see people do like 25 sets of postcards. You get them real cheap. Or photos if you want to use them for crafting. They'll sell them because they got that stuff stuck to them. So, and I kept telling the Whatnot people, don't. You can clean them. Get some Undo and clean them off. You should be able to clean off them corners and everything, and it shouldn't stain. But I'm yet to test it on a black and white photo. I've done it on stickers on books. I've done it on stamps, and I have never had a problem with staining or anything like that. So it's pretty cool stuff. I used to have it sitting right in front of me. I don't know what I did with it. I have a bottle of it here somewhere. I was going to show you what the bottle looks like. But it's UNDU is how you spell it. Undo. Let me see here. Uline, it's expensive. But this is what the bottle looks like. I mean, you could get it on Amazon. I would go to the regular site. But this is what it looks like. Undo remover. They have it for $12.70 here. And then that black shield in the back, once you sop it wet, you squirt it over it, and you take that back and you scoop it off. Good stuff. But I was looking for the Undo. There is a website. Let me see if it's .com maybe. Oh my goodness, Google. Give me a break. Yeah, here it is. I found the website. It's un-du.com. It might have been a special. But you can get a 4-ounce bottle for $9.99 on there. They did have buy one, get one free, but it's regularly about... Oh, they got 2 kinds out now. They got Undo with the original. It's a tape or label remover. Cannot be sold in California. Okay, that's weird. And then the second one is the VOC formula. It's a tape and label remover. One can be sold in California and the other can't be. That is like really weird. Must be something to do with the chemical. But this is the original. And it's $9.99. And then under here, you have the VOC. And for some reason, it's $12.99. And the website is right there. un-du.com. My thumb just went over it. It's right here. Be cheaper to order it from them because it's, Amazon is going to make money. So that's why it's 12 something. That's the website right there. So if you don't like stuff sticking to your product, that's where you go. And it's amazing stuff. I swear by it. I have used it many, many times, and it's amazing. And then there's a powder that you can get. I bought that off of Marianne. Okay, say you remove something that's sticky. Now, that doesn't mean the residue is going to come up. So if you got a huge sticker, if something that you just did and you're fixing it, that's one thing. But if it's a huge sticker like that Kmart sticker, it's been on there for a while, it would remove the sticker, but then sometimes you touch it and it still has that sticky. You don't want it to stick to something laying on top of it or whatever. There's a powder that they have out. I forget the name of it. I have some of it too, that you sprinkle and it totally takes the sticky away. I got that off of Marianne's sale, and it's pretty cool stuff too. And you only use a little bit of it, so it'll last you for a while. I can't remember the name of it though. But there's that too. So I have both. And I don't know what I did with it either. I have these items somewhere laying around. But you know me, when I clean stuff, I can't find it. I don't know where I put it. but I do have both of them somewhere here. I bought a cart. This poor cart holds too much. I need to get a second cart because this is holding way too much stuff. But it is cool. You know, it's amazing some of the items is out there that they have out there for crafters to use for specific reasons. But I do like, I have a little glue eraser that I've used. And then I'm yet to use, Michelle Girly Girl suggested this soap that they swear by that you clean your paintbrushes and stuff with, and it takes everything off. And I'm yet to try that. And I thought I put it by my sink, and I went to use it the other day, and guess what? I didn't. It's a brand new pack, not even opened. And it looks like a bar of soap, and it's supposed to be amazing for glue brushes and everything to remove everything, and I can't find it. Because I cleaned. Every time I read up, I lose something. But I had it sitting out, and I thought, Tammy, take it into the bathroom because you know you're going to use it. And guess what? I did it. And them little old notes that you give to yourself. My husband's like, use sticky notes to remind you yourself. And I said, my luck, I would lose the sticky notes. That would be my luck. But yeah, it's around here somewhere. But I used to keep my undo right here in front of me because I used it quite a bit. I don't know what I did with it. Because whenever I go to have a sale, I have to clean everything off my desk. Or this because this is a table. I clean everything off the table in order to weigh everything. And I just misplaced it. Lord only knows where it ended up. It's around here somewhere, though. But yeah, I think this turned out pretty cute tonight. I like the words. And the only other one that I used words on. Now, this one I left empty. I didn't put anything over it. So I do have a page on here. There are 2 pages on here where it's just words right here. I left the white words over the color and I didn't add nothing else. And then this one I did dark tonight. So this was cute. But it does take a long time to fill one of these books when you're crafting them. These take forever to fill. And I still got more pages to paint in this book. So it's going to be a while. I love these pages. My botanical look. But these are fun. These have been fun. This definitely has been an interesting book to play in. So anyways, ladies, I think I'm going to call it a night. Sandy, where's your Bonnie Bandit at? Is she waiting for you to take her to bed? I know I'm tired. Tired tonight. Hubby should be on his way home. And I think I'm going to make it a short night tonight instead of staying on here till midnight because I'm just worn out. I had a long week. I'm so behind. One thing it sucks about being a woman and you get behind, you feel like your kitchen's a mess, your laundry's not done. I got a lot to catch up on. I mean, I only have a couple, but I'm surprised Ronnie's not upstairs doing a dance. Bonnie's cute, though. Michael, did I tell you, did you see the message where Michael saw her? He goes, oh my God, she's so cute. He liked her mask. You should see Sandy's dog. She's adorable. She looks like a bank robber. She's all white and she's got that black mask across her face. And oh my gosh, she's so adorable across her eyes. I love that. My daughter used to have a pit bull. They named them Bonnie and Clyde. She had one black eye like the Spuds Mackenzie dog. I love it because they look so mysterious. They look naughty with the masks over their eyes, Sandy. But yeah, I think I'm going to go to bed early too. Or at least like lay around on the couch and watch TV. I'm tired. I've been a bad girl, Sandy. Haven't been taking my vitamin D, and I'm like a rag doll without my vitamin D. I think that's why I'm so tired tonight. But anyways, excuse me. I want to thank everybody for coming. I'm going to go up and cuddle with my puppy. Did you get your mail, Sandy? Well, I'm glad you got to pop in. Yeah, we got thunder coming. I hear a storm coming through again. Did you get your giveaway mail? You should have got it, I hope. My hubby gave me tracking numbers, but I haven't checked them. Yay! I'm so glad. Yeah, those were from what I was told. I had bought them off of the seller off of Whatnot. And those I was told were they don't know if it was a guy because the person that I bought them off of, oh, well, I don't want to blow it. But anyways, you're going to get some correspondence and it's going to be in Spanish. And what I was told, I had bought a pack of letters off of someone and I knew you were looking for something. Now, there's a little bit of English written in with some. They said it looked like he was maybe dating while he was in the military and ladies had written to him. So you'll see some in English and some in Spanish, and they're in airmail envelopes. They're really cool. I went through my stash and shared some with you, Sandy. But I was like, oh, this is kind of decent. I think Spanish writing is so pretty. And you do what you want. And then I think there was some empty envelopes that you could put stuff in because I got them empty because sometimes crafters like them empty and you can add your own envelopes or something. You're so funny. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you like your teacup. I thought they were pretty. I like the little tray. I thought the tray was cute too. Yeah, so I figured, because I knew you were looking for correspondence, but there is a couple envelopes. It's empty. It was a mixture. So I just went through and pulled some out, like so many, and then I didn't read them, so I don't know what they say. I think one of them might even have a photo in it. I think there was one of the ladies that wrote to him sent a oh my gosh, Polaroid, like a Polaroid picture. And I didn't read them or anything, so I don't know what they say. But it'll be cute. Oh, that's so sweet. So I hope you enjoy them. And I threw in some blank ones too. I had some stationery. So I gave you like one of each color, but I knew you were looking for stuff with envelopes and letter types. And if I find stuff like that, I like sharing it anyways. I think stuff like that's cute in a Happy Mail. But I was like, oh, I'll find what Sandy likes because I knew you mentioned that you were looking for some correspondence. I don't get a lot of correspondence letters. I try to. But the best set of letters I have was from Elsie and William, and I'm never going to part with those. I just love those letters. I don't know what my kids will end up doing with them, but I just can't. I can't do it. I was going to share some of his letters too, but I feel like they just need to stay together. I wish I had her letters too. It'd be cool to have the responses and a picture of both of them together. But I love the military ones. I think they're just so awesome. And he was in the military too, the Spanish guy. But it looks like he was doing like a dating mail, and then he found the one. because I do believe that I sent you one. It says Lenora on them, and I do believe that's who he married. So I like putting stuff in thank you notes. That's what I like to do. But you know what, Sandy? Google is so finicky. If you type in stationery, sometimes you get the furniture. Type in stationery for letter writing. You would be shocked at what's on Google. I did it the other day for the first time because I could never find anything that I was looking for, and it blew me away what came up. When you type that in, there is a lot of pretty stationery out there. It's just Google's finicky. It's like you got to be specific sometimes on what you're looking for. Yeah, because when I type in just regular stationery, you get a stationary bike. Sometimes you get paper show up, but mainly stationery for letter writing. That's when you get your pretty stuff. Looky there. You get your papers and envelopes, and you start seeing some pretty stuff. I like this set right here. They have it at Walmart. It's stationary, and it looks like the airmail kind. Look how pretty that is. It's airmail with lined paper and stationery, and that's not bad. For 50, it's $14.29. As a matter of fact, I'm going to buy a set right now while we're talking. Yep, I just purchased it. Because I want to see what that's like. And I do have these. I had a purpose for these, though. I bought these a long time ago, and they are stamped Paris. I can't remember where I got these. I have to go back through, but I have a purpose for these. I want to put some of this stuff because I like selling some stuff like this too, with stuff in them. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and look at my list because I bought those for a reason. But I try to make so I don't forget. I have a notebook beside my bed, and it has my bucket list in it and things that I want to do with things that I buy for sales and stuff like that, and things I want to create. So, yeah. Oh, that is so sweet, Sandy. That's awesome that you do that. Now, I have memorized people's names, off of their name tags and things like that, and I have went to websites and done stuff like that. When my husband was in his gasoline fire, boy, I remember that whole staff. And they got like letters of recognition and everything on their jobs for things when you do stuff like that. One of the nurses thanked me because she got a promotion. They add that to their records so that if they get other jobs, they have that outstanding letter. That was really nice. Sandy, you're so funny. I don't have sales that often. I don't do them like once a week or once every 2 weeks or anything like that. What I do with my sales, I was doing them like once a month there for a while, but even that was too much. It's like I rather wait till I get so much stuff built up. I'm working on some new stuff now. And then I just random, it's like I'll have another one probably at some point. I just don't know when. Because it had been 2 years since I had one before the last one I just had. But I thought it would be nice because of Christmas in July. That was the first variety sale I ever had with glassware. I've never done glassware before. And I was kind of nervous because you got to be really careful how you pack that stuff because you definitely don't want it to break. And I've had few items come and break. And I mean, but what are you going to do? It's antique. You know what I mean? Like some of them dishes are like really finely made, but you got to really watch how you pack them suckers. But how I pack mine is based on how I have seen auction houses pack it. And I have never had a problem with the merchandise I've gotten from an auction house. Most of the time, the breakage has been from private sellers that probably have never done glass before either. And it's hard if you don't know what you're doing. But you know what I mean? I just mock what the auction houses do because I think they have the best way of mailing stuff. But I hit an estate sale through an auction house here not too long ago online. And let me tell you what, it took me a week to get through the postcards. I ended up with over 2,900 and something postcards from this estate sale. I was blown away because I didn't realize it was that many. Because sometimes when you're not there physically, you'll see, like a few pictures and it'll say like a little box of. And one was a cigar box and another. And I would have never dreamed there was almost 3,000 postcards in these lots. Not by a million years. I thought you were going to get like lots of 25s. You know what I mean? I about died when these came in, Sandy. Like it took me a week to sort because one of them came with lots and albums but the albums weren't full. So I was able to take the ones out of the cigar box and put them in the albums, but I counted them. And I ended up with, I sent Sandy the total, 2,190 postcards is what I ended up out of this estate sale, and I about died. And the postcards are so nice. But Tracy Fox did a thing. They did a post where Gail was I can't ever say her name. Gastinelli, I guess. I don't know how to say her last name. But anyway, you know who I'm talking about. If you have a postcard that's ugly, they actually have ones that, if you don't like the picture, there's ways you can alter them to make them pretty. And, to still have the correspondence. Yeah. And she did a video and Tracy Fox and them was talking about it in her Facebook group. And it was really neat, some of the things that they do to cover some of the ones. Like if, they could be scratched or have an ugly picture that you're like, meh. Like maybe one of those old icky hotels when, that or something like that. There's ways you can cover them to make them look pretty and still have the correspondence on the back. I liked what they did with them. I thought those ideas were cool. Because I'm in Tracy's Facebook group. I like watching what different crafters do because I just think the variety is amazing. That every different crafter does their own thing. And I own some of Dear Julie's digitals. I own a couple of her journals. Another person I like is Roxy Creations. I like watching her. And who else was? In my Facebook group, there's actually a graphic designer in there. Is Calico Creations, which is Norella. She does beautiful digitals too. I love her digitals. Her digitals are so pretty. But I love watching like what each crafter brings to the table. I think it's so fascinating. From vintage to new. I like it all. I just can't stand when you go to a crafter's channel and they're putting down other people like, "Oh god, I would never use digitals," or "Oh god, I would never." That gets on my nerves. It's like just embrace it. Shh, and embrace it. Love what crafters do. I like the variety. I like watching people do mixed media. I like watching people paint pictures. I love crafting, period. It doesn't matter what it is. I think all crafts are just amazing. And Stacy, I have some of her little dangles I need to use. She crocheted these little pictures of horse faces. And oh my gosh, some of these crafters come up with some really cool stuff. That's all I have to say. Yeah, that's me too. The only thing that I don't like around us is they don't have enough paper crafters where I live. Like it's hard to go to a yard sale here and find what I use. You know what I mean? Because it's mainly like we have quilters, we have knitters, crocheters, and stuff like that, but it's hard to find paper people here. I think in the past, probably 5 years at yard sales, there was only one lady that was selling off papers that she doesn't like off of her scrapbooking. She was a scrapbooker. And I asked her if she had ever heard of junk journals, and she said no. And I said, "You have got to go to YouTube and Google junk journals because it'll open up a whole new avenue." And so she was going to check it out. I said, "Because believe me, you will find places for these papers." And the other was Stampin' Up! Stamps. That's the only, and I found that at a church sale. But other than that, I really don't find anything for paper here. So, but hopefully, who knows what the future will bring. But I have found fabric, which is good. Because I do like trying to hit estate sales and yard sales here to try to get, good rates. All right. You have a blessed night too. Sweet dreams, everybody. Because I know I got to go too. I'm tired. And I want to thank everybody for coming in. You guys all have a great night. And I'll see you soon. Bye.